Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you've never been here before. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. For those of you who've been following this whole Klansman Wandan gang trial thing, I've been trying to scrape together information from all different media houses and angles and compile them and put them together so you can hear them all here, including all the testimonies that have gone on so far in the case. So if you're interested in the case, which, by the way, is like a Hollywood movie script, say no less, I am absolutely sure if a Jamaica movie director, creator does not snatch this up, Hollywood in the USA would surely do it one day. Alright, so here's some information we might have missed. Shout out to the Jamaica Gleaner for this one. And the title of it was Defendant Identified as Soldier Spent Night Guarding Reputed Leader / Witness. This is what a witness said. Another testimony. I think we've done about 15 videos so far, and this will probably be number 16 or 17. I'll get the number right in the title of the video, but listen to the information. A main witness in the Klansman Wandan gang trial this morning testified that the defendant, who he had identified as a soldier, had spent an entire night at his home guarding the reputed leader, Andre Blackman Bryan. Before I even go into any of this, let me just say again, I saw a recent shooting happen in Jamaica where a pregnant female was gunned down in the streets. And a lot of people are asking in the comment section, well, why didn't somebody pick her up, put her in a car and take her to the hospital where she could get quick medical help? Might have been able to save the baby's life that was in her womb. Everybody is forgetting one part. These gunmen don't play. You see, if you go over there, try to pick somebody up, take them to the hospital, you might find yourself at the mercy of these gunmen as well. And that is the main reason why a lot of the times when you see people shot down in the streets in Jamaica and you're wondering, how come nobody is putting them in a vehicle, taking him to the hospital? Because they're afraid of gunshot. Okay? Like all of us should be. Now, this witness, he made a claim when he was resumed his testimony this morning in the Home Circuit Court. The article said the prosecution witness had previously told the court that the defendant, whom he this morning identified as Jermaine Robinson, had told him that he was a soldier. The witness, however, said that he had never seen Robinson in uniform. Now, if I'm correct, another witness has testified that he is a soldier and that they did see him in uniform, even on one of those cordon off and stop, you know, when they do the state of emergency, SOE, or the ZOSO, zones of special operations, and they set up checkpoints. He said that he saw a soldier, that particular soldier, wave them through without checking them. Told his brethren, his fellow soldiers, I got this one. Pretended they're searching them and waved them through. So everything is coming full circle. One more thing I'm going to say. Please remember these stories when you say to yourself, oh, the people of the community need to work with the police and tell the police everything bad that's going on in their community. Remember this. Anyhow, he testified that he, the witness, was the one who had retrieved Blackman's gun from the bushes at his premises and gave it to Robinson, the alleged soldier. The court was previously told by the witness that the reputed leader, which is Blackman, had a gun which he would sometimes hide in the bushes near my house, near the witness's house. Why this a witness now hold back nothing? This witness even tell about the little gun where him stash over there so next to him house and everything. The prosecution witness had previously testified that he had only seen Robinson about 2 times. The witness was grilled at length this morning by the prosecutor and the presiding judge, Chief Justice Brian Sykes, about the 2 occasions which he had recalled seeing Robinson and for how long he had seen him. He was also asked which part of the defendant he had seen. That's a funny question to us outside. Which, what, him foot back, him chest, him forehead, his whole face? How was he able to see him, and how far away was Robinson when he saw him? I know a lot of people are going to say, foolish question, them yeah. But these are questions that a good lawyer who is trying to get their client off would actually ask, because asking that, you could also establish that the 2 times that you claim to have seen my client, it was dark outside. That street does not have a light. You were 100 meters away. No possible way you could have made his features out to positively identify. You see where this I go? Alright, so that's where it's at. The witness said he spoke to him once when he had a fractured hand. And he also that he saw Robinson at Jones Avenue in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, the other occasion. Now, if y'all don't remember, there it is said that the headquarters for their activities is located at this same location. So, in other words, I saw him once over where the Klansman Wandan gang headquarters is, and at another time, I spoke to him personally about whatever when he had a fractured hand. More to come from this, we don't know. Now, for those of you who don't know, Black Man Brian, who is allegedly the reputed leader of the Klansman Wandan gang faction of the Klansman gang, the Wandan faction, and 32 other gang members are being tried on an indictment that has 25 counts under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act and the Firearm Act. And the Wandan gang is actually a breakaway from the notorious Klansman gang. Couple of comments over here. No time for the foolishness says, no surprise than that. So many guns goes missing from the Up Park camp. Flint McNasty says defendant identified as soldier spent night guarding reputed leader. But of course, where there's corruption, the police are always involved, and soldiers too. Operation Chaos left a comment and says, finally, I see the soap opera has restarted. My God. Well, there's a lot going on with this. Okay. It goes further though, because most recently there was an update and more information revealed in this. And this headline you can find, shout out to Loop News, alleged Gangsta soldier was arrested at Up Park camp, police witness. So, in case you were wondering, is he really a soldier? Well, the witness said he never seen him in uniform before, but him did tell me one time say he was a soldier, so I am assuming. Fast forward to the most recent information released on December 13th of 2021, which was 2 days ago. It says the alleged gangster soldier was arrested at Up Park camp. Police/witness testify. So policeman on Monday testified that a soldier said to be an alleged member of the Wandan faction of the Klansman gang was arrested while he was on duty at the Jamaica Defense Force or JDF Up Park camp headquarters in St. Andrew in 2019. The cop, a detective inspector in charge of the gang team at the Counter-Terrorism Organization Crime Branch, or what we know as CTOC, he was detailing the arrest of some of the 33 alleged gang members who are now on trial in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. The prosecution's second witness, a former gangster, self-confessed himself, had previously testified that the JDF member, Jermaine Robinson, again, was the bodyguard of Andre Blackman Bryan and alleged leader of the Wandan gang. In that testimony which I read previously, he said he even spent a night at his house guarding black man. So black man well guard up then. Him have a soldier guard him, a active duty soldier. Not somebody who rusty and don't know him thing anymore because he's been out of the army for a while and hasn't been training. Man who actively on duty. If this is all true. Me never did it. So me I say allegedly. Just to protect myself, but we don't know how the Shreps go already. Now, according to the lawman, officers went and spoke to Robinson up there at Upper Camp, and then they later returned with a search warrant under the Firearms Act. Robinson was then cautioned and told that he was suspected to be involved in a criminal organization as he was being arrested. As part of the search, the soldiers' private quarters at the JDF base was searched, but the exercise revealed nothing suspicious was found there. In other words, it never keep nothing illegal there that they found on post or in the barracks. The lawman, hold on there. In order for you to have private quarters in the barracks, well, I don't know. In the US, you don't need an apartment out in the streets or a civilian world apartment if you have your private quarters in the barracks. So soldiers are allowed to live on posts in the barracks, and that is their place of address. You know what I'm saying? And then there are soldiers who choose to live off post. So I don't know if it's the same way in Jamaica, but either way, that's his place, his private place within Upper Camp in the barracks. It was searched by police. They found nothing. The lawman said that he then told Robinson, the soldier, to dress himself, but make sure you dress in civilian clothes. And he complied. He was then taken to the Grand Spend police station lockup in St. Andrew, where he was detained for questioning. This soldier was attached to the JDF's engineer regiment at the time of his arrest. Meanwhile, the police witness told the court that Andre Blackman Bryan was arrested at his apartment on Shortwood Road in St. Andrew on March 4th of 2018. He said that Bryan's brother, Kevon Green, as well as his mother and Green's common-law wife were also all arrested on suspicion of committing similar offenses. The police witness said that he told Bryan that he was suspected of leading a criminal organization and recruiting gang members. The lawman said that the alleged gang leader said nothing when he was cautioned by the police after his arrest, which we have read to you before. And according to the lawman, Blackman, Klansman leader Tesha Miller, and other individuals were under investigation, and they have been under investigation since 2015 for gang involvement. So roughly it has taken them 6 years of investigation and undercover work to get to where they are at now. Boy, I go sticky in a cold upon them, because 6 years of investigative work and undercover work, I'm sure they have a whole lot more information coming out. Or maybe not. We will have to wait and see. Of note, Miller has since been convicted and is serving life. That's Tesha Miller. Furthermore, the policeman indicated that investigators had interests in some 50 suspects, and over time, more materials were added to those probes and more investigators were assigned to the matter. Now remember, we also covered a part where we said a witness, one of the witnesses who is deemed credible, actually said Tesha Miller didn't have nothing to do with the killing that he's serving life for. Actually, Blackman acted on his own, and that it was things like that that started eruption. Blackman tell me himself, say him do it. Tesha never tell him to do nothing. Ask him why him do it, and him say the dog a stop it from eat a food. You see it? In other words, he's stopping us from making our money. And he went on to say that they, in extortion fees, collected hundreds of thousands of dollars per day from certain locations. Right? So that was a part of previous testimonies, which had a lot of people saying, yo, if that's the case, then they just freed Tesha Miller. We're still awaiting to hear how they're going to wrap this up. See? Some people are saying, SouFlo, you don't know what I talk about. Tesha did at the done of them time there. Black man did under Tesha and him. I have to listen to what Tesha say. And, well, you can go off and believe what you want to believe. I am not there, was not there, and I like to look at things from all different possibilities. Obviously, they had a falling out, and none of us out here don't know when that falling out started. You understand? So therefore, there is quite clearly a possibility that he might have went off and did this on his own while he was seeking to establish himself as the leader, which he is now seen as, allegedly, the leader of the One Don faction of Klansman Gang. That was when Klansman Gang was one, and then it split in two. So now you have One Don faction, and then you have Klansman Gang, the original, right? Either way, I'm just an outsider trying to figure out and make sense out of whatever is being said. Further, the police indicated that investigators had interest in over 50 suspects. And over time, more materials were added to those probes and more investigators were assigned to the matter. Early on in the day proceedings, presiding judge, Chief Justice Brian Sykes told prosecutors that an update on the requisite phone data records and other relative information is needed before the close of the Michaelmas term, which is sometimes before Christmas holiday. Another police witness previously testified that the outstanding call data information that was related to the phones that were confiscated from several of the defendants on trial, as well as 3 cell phones that were used by the prosecution's second witness to secretly record the conversations of alleged gangsters, including Brian. A subpoena was granted by Sykes on Monday afternoon to assist the prosecution in obtaining the relative information after prosecutors expressed difficulty in securing them. I believe it is through Digicel, and I believe that Digicel was giving them difficulties in turning over such needed pertinent information. So at the judge's orders now, Digicel will have to work alongside these people to get that information to the judge so they can proceed with that part. And this is for the people who are wondering, so what happened to the information on the 3 phone them? What happened to the information on the phones that he said he recorded 3 phones full and they took it from him and gave him another phone and another phone? Well, that's what's going on right now. So they're waiting for Digicel to kick up the action, start working with them, turn over some much needed information from these phones. Some of these phones are locked and they can't open them and all kind of something. Them have to go break the phones and do all this. Make them work for them money is what it's called. I've seen criminals under questioning before, and a criminal basically said to the police, you can stop asking a question, coming on and tell you nothing. Your job is to investigate and find information and use that information to convict me. Go do your job. And then he was right. Go do your job. Why work with them against yourself? Even though I am not condoning certain things, I'm just saying that's how it go. So Robinson and Brian, along with 30 other men and women, or 1 woman, are being tried under the criminal justice suppression. You already know what they're being tried under with the 25 counts and all that. They have been charged with multiple offenses, including being part of a criminal organization, illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, facilitating conspiracy to murder, and facilitating arson. Because one of the witnesses already said, all them do are shoot and kill people and burn down people place. Arson is on the list as well. The offenses were allegedly committed between January 1st of 2015 and June 30th of 2019 in St. Catherine. So far, they have all pleaded not guilty, and we wait for more information to come out. If you find these interesting, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell next to the subscribe button, which will notify you every time a new one of these videos goes up on SouFLoTV. And I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.